Welcome to this week's Tap Room Tramps, guest tramp Faizan Shah. We talk things. We started off talking about Tai Chi. Theatre again, which was Book of Mormon, World Cup, your travels to Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, and no, you didn't go to Turkmenistan.
No, I didn't go to Turkmenistan.
Right, okay, yeah.
I want to go
China. There. Where's it going? Chongqing, we're going.
See, Mick, that does sound racist.
Chongqing. Oh, fucking hell. Right.
Please keep that in.
Give us a listen on any pod outlet or watch us on YouTube. Thank you.
Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
Faizan, great to have you on Tap Room Tramps. I'm aware that you're not sure what a tap room is.
Yeah.
It's the room in the pub that you used to be afraid of when you were younger because it was all the blokes. But as you get older, you realise it's the best room in the pub because that's where all the thinkers, philosophers, the people with fucking strange opinions. That's the best people.
It's a place to chat shit.
Yeah, it's a place to chat shit.
Okay,
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
That my experience of pubs / bars has always been through work.
Yes.
So they've been boring, the most boring places I've ever been.
Really? Yeah.
So I've never experienced a tap room.
Oh right, you actually, yeah. When the tap room's full and the conversation gets going, it can be a fun place to be. Yeah. But you will hear some odd statements,
which is nice,
which is good,
exactly.
Which is great, yeah. They're good as well. The tap room's good, best room in the pub. So that's why we do it. But I mean, you work in pubs anyway a lot, and we may as well mention this because you mentioned it just before we started. We did a gig in York last.
We did.
What day was it? Last
Thursday.
Last Thursday, yeah.
Thursday.
And Tom Taylor, one of the nicest men in the world, Tom Taylor, tall Tom Keyboard Taylor, beautiful, chatting to a bloke in the crowd and woman who they did Tai Chi.
Yep.
He asked the guy on stage to demonstrate a bit. Then the guy threw him into his own backdrop and fucking floored him.
Yeah. I shouldn't laugh, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. And it was really odd. And I think Tom was slightly hurt, but he was trying to show he wasn't hurt. But then what really annoyed me, this guy who did it didn't even check to see if Tom was all right. Yeah. Just went and sat back down
exactly.
like fucking He-Man.
Yeah. And he's wearing like a tracksuit as well. It was just the maddest fucking thing. And then like two blokes come out of the audience, started helping him with it.
Yeah, that's right.
And meanwhile, he just sat there going, I told you
what I've done with my Tai Chi. I've thrown you to the floor. Yeah. But you're right, you had a good point. You said the reason why he did that is because Tom had got the better of him slightly in the first exchange.
Because he went, you won't be able to move me.
Yeah.
And then Tom like moved him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like obviously he's taken this as like, oh no, my masculinity has been offended.
Exactly,
so I must not chuck you into the fucking backdrop of him.
Yeah, broke his backdrop.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, so you don't have to apologise for that. Tom's inviting you on stage, but check to see Tom was all right. I think it just made the
It's a very crass reaction. He was just like, he couldn't give a shit. He was just like, I've done it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah, exactly.
Which for York, because like York people would apologise profusely, but he's obviously not from there, innit? So,
I know, yeah. I mean, Tai Chi can be used as self-defence, and it's a good martial arts. It's in slow-mo, but when you do it at full speed, because I know there's a brilliant comedian and writer, Nick Revel, lives in London. He's been doing Tai Chi for like 40 years, and he used it in a self-defence at a gig they were doing years ago when a guy attacked a couple of comics on stage and he went and just basically floored the guy. Fucking
with Tai Chi?
With Tai Chi, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when it's in full action, it's not the slow motion.
Yeah, because I YouTubed it. I was like, who the fuck's fighting like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when you were a kid, you'd fight in slow motion. You try and, So it's slow motion fighting, but no, when you do it at full speed,
it's like when you're a kid and you watch, like, say, Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's how everyone fights.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But then you're like, this is the most pointless way of fighting.
Yeah, I know.
I can't lift my legs.
I've seen a few YouTube clips where I got into the habit of watching martial artists fighting street fighters, and somebody try a couple of kicks and all of a sudden they get headbutted and punched. They'd be on the floor going, what the fuck's happened?
Yeah, exactly.
It was just an odd start to the gig, and I feel sorry for Tom, and I hope he can replace his backdrop.
Yeah, I mean, so by the time you'd left, they'd gaffer taped it,
Right.
and it was a functioning backdrop again.
Backdrop,
But I don't
yeah,
know how severe the damage is. Do you know what I mean?
I actually liked the chaos behind it. All the tables and chairs stacked. It
I
looked
did
quite
too.
cool.
Yeah.
That's what you should. That's the way forward for him. But yeah, it was a very odd start to a gig, and I felt sorry for Tom. But it's the number one rule: MCing. Don't invite anybody on stage.
Who knows Tai Chi?
Well, don't invite any fucker on stage. I never do. I get annoyed when I see MCs do it. I go, "What are you fucking doing?"
So why do you think that is?
Because it takes away from what the evening's about, and then some audience then think it's all about them, right? Which it is. It's their entertainment, right? It's there to be entertained, but it can take away from the show. I think.
But isn't that like, I feel like, so true of just every performance now? Just generally, not just that. I know like comics like to gripe about how like, oh, people don't respect comics anymore, and like the audience thinks it's all about them. But nowadays, like you see it everywhere. Like I went to, for the first time ever, I went to a theatre to like watch.
Did you go to the theatre?
I went when I was 30, so I'd never been to a theatre, and I was just like, okay, like, I want to go watch the Book of Mormon.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fucking magnificent.
Brutal.
But like, no, as soon as I watched it, I was like, I'm bringing like my fam. I'm gonna take my brothers there, and like we're gonna watch it together because they've never been to a theatre either. But literally, when I was there, everyone was just like obsessed. Like they were on their phones, right? Not like they were texting people or anything. They want to record it. They're trying to take selfies and all that stuff. And I'm like,
Oh God.
I'm not a complete and utter Neanderthal where I'm like, don't use your phones and stuff. But also I'm like, but you're here. Like, have a bit of respect for those guys over there. You know what I mean? Who are doing the performance, and you're making this about yourself and the fact that you're here, and you just want to show everybody that you're here. It's fucking odd.
Yes,
behavior,
it is.
You know what I mean?
It is odd behaviour, and but that's what happens at gigs now. People, I've been music. I go to a lot of music gigs, and people they watch the gig through the phone.
Yeah.
You go, what the fuck? I said, all right, if you're recording it, fine, but don't look at your phone. You don't do that, do you, Aiden?
No.
Well, why did you put your hand up then?
If I want to record something, I'll just put it over.
Oh,
my
that's
head,
what I mean.
like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You won't.
I don't watch
People literally have the phone up like that, watching, and you're thinking the stage is fucking there. You can see them. Now you've made them look 10 times smaller on your phone.
Exactly. But the thing is do you know what annoys me about people taking photos or like videos at gigs? It's like when you go to like say a scenic spot and then you take a photo of it. Like every single time I've gone like see outdoors and like, oh, that tree's nice, and it's like I've taken a photo of it. I've not shared it with anyone.
Right.
But I've just decided to take a photo of it, and now it's in my photo album. But I'm never going to look back at
Just
it.
worry about you being arrested and looking through your phone, going, look, pictures of trees.
I like trees, mate. You know what I mean?
What's the thing with trees? What you do? No, but also as well, these people who take photographs at concerts and gigs like this, your phones are not good enough for the pictures because of the lighting on stage. When you've taken that picture or you've recorded it, it looks shit.
Yeah,
I've had people showing me going, look at this, I was at such a gig, look at that. You go, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
and the audio's absolute shite as well.
Yeah,
where
of
you
course,
can't like,
yeah.
make it out, and it's just loads of people, and there's a bloke on stage.
Yeah.
I can't even figure out who the fucking guy is that's performing, but apparently it's somebody amazing. But
Yeah.
I can't tell you who the hell that person is.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the point of it? Like, why? Like, aren't your eyes enough? Like, Jesus Christ!
Well, do your memory enough? I'm just to remember
yeah, exactly.
the
Like,
moment.
and then it's almost like, are you doing it for the experience or for telling people that you had the
Yes.
experience? You know what I mean? And it's like everyone's obsessed with like telling someone about what
it is.
they've done.
We have become like oversharing, but there's grief likes, isn't it? It's likes for grief. It's like just I'm having a bit of a rocky day, and people get addicted to the you'll be all right. Okay, love you. Yeah, you'll be strong. And you go fuck off, will you?
Yeah.
You don't have to share everything.
It's that standard. It's just me and my kids now. Facebook post, innit? You know what I mean? it's just me and the kids from now on.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, "You okay, hun?"
Yeah.
PM me,
Yeah.
PM me, hun. You know what I mean?
all them. Yeah, I don't care what's happened. I will stay strong. I know what I mean.
Yeah, all that shit.
Why? Also, why have you made it really ambiguous? Well, why have I got to guess what's happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Just tell me what's happened.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just tell me your dad died. Like, you know, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Let's
of
go. What's
course.
going on? But then also, like, this is where, like, you know, people are like, oh, there's a loneliness epidemic, particularly in men. But I just feel like just generally everyone's lonely, but mainly because it's all this like superficial shit. You know what I mean? Where it's like you have to share it with random strangers on Facebook or like Instagram or something.
Well, instant validation though, isn't it, for something? It's instant recognition, and I can see why some people are addicted to that as well, and they might be lonely themselves, and so in essence, Facebook shares a purpose in that. But I don't want to know what you've had for your tea. I don't want to know,
Yeah, but then also what I mean is like back in the days, like it's just stripped because I think the way people frame it as is like mentally, if they've told people they've done something, it's the same as being with someone and doing something. Right?
Yeah.
So like you could be having like breakfast, but you put up an Instagram story saying I'm having breakfast, and like in your head, like loads of these people have seen it, so I've like done. But like having a breakfast with a friend and then telling everybody else that you've had breakfast are two different things for you to do. Do you know what I mean?
I used to be critical of. I've changed my view slightly. So when people go, so I'm heading to town. Does anybody know anywhere good to eat? And I'd always reply, just look at fucking Google. But then I've realised while they're doing it now, a lot of it is for that interaction. It's for that sort of almost talking to people who might not talk. And I think, okay, fair enough. That's fine. I don't mind you doing that.
Because you barely ask for directions now as well. Have you noticed? Like,
Yeah.
Because everyone's on their phone. Because you've basically every single technological advancement over the last like 10 years has almost gone. How can we eliminate human interaction?
Yeah,
right?
true.
Which is fair enough. Like Google Maps is amazing, especially when you're in another city and you don't know where the fuck you're going.
Yeah.
So you don't have to ask every individual person what stop you've got to get off at. But then also every single thing that they've designed it as like, oh, do you want food? Yeah, just never leave your house.
Yeah.
It will just be there. Some immigrant will come and drop it off, and then we'll complain about him being there anyway. But but we've created that environment. It's like people get Greg's delivered.
Greg's delivered.
That's mad.
It makes me. I laugh when they turn up on their electric bikes and they've got the oven mitts attached to the handles. They're fucking incredible. Them things. They fucking. Every bike that's got them on it, you go. I mean, I can understand why if in winter
it's freezing.
It's fucking freezing, but.
And also, you're on an e-bike, so you're not warming yourself up anyway. You know
exactly. But some of them, but also as well, that became a very clever way during lockdown of delivering illegal substances, because people were allowed to get stuff ordered. You couldn't go out. The stuff could be delivered, and that's how some people got around the. So we said. I'm not saying the dealers, whatever, but I've heard the stories that some people, they were wearing Just Eat outfits.
I mean, sometimes you got to talk about how we have an underutilized resource as a country. Of all these people who come up with like ingenious ideas of like circumventing regulation to get the job done.
Of course,
right? But we like ostracize them in society, and then that Elon Musk's dick is what we're gonna suck.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. But we've always so. I would say part of the we've always loved procedure, documentation, and doing things correctly, duplicate copies in this country. Fine, fair enough. But I also think as a nation we're very good at cutting corners. we've sort of made it an art form.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah, you could talk to 1,000 people. They'll tell you that they've all got some sort of scam for getting to the queue quicker at an airport or something like that. Everybody's got something. Everybody's got a bit of a hustle to make their lives easier. And it'd be nice to be shared on an app. That.
Mixed way through life. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the lazy guide to life.
But you know what that sums up that shortcut thing that you're talking about is like, have you ever seen a sign on like the motorway or any road really that just says road liable to flooding?
Yeah.
I found that a fucking admittance of defeat by the state. Right?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Which is, we've built a road, and it rains in this country 287 days out of 365. Yeah. And you know what? Instead of putting some drainage, like kind of finding a way out of this, we're just going to put a sign up and just go,
it might flood.
It'll fucking flood, lad. You know what I mean? Just crack on. We're not the Japanese. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because it took years to build. So the M60, when it finally got finished and it circumnavigated all of Greater Manchester, the bit between Oldham and Ashton-under-Lyne floods. It cost them hundreds of millions. And it floods. Why is it still flooding? Fucking fix it.
Exactly. Put some drainage in or something. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, but they put a sign up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
so it's fine.
Because obviously my mum lives in Stockport and I live in Oldham. So I do that drive up and down like past Ashton to Stockport and then back all the time. And like, as soon as it's like raining a lot, it's just like it's a write-off because there's that particular bit where like it goes like that and all the water just stands in the middle between like Stockport and Ashton. Yeah. And every single and you're like, why can't you just put some drainage in? Like, I'm pretty sure there's like concrete that like absorbs water now or something. I don't know. Fucking, I'm not a road engineer.
Imagine the workmen at the time looking over and they go, right, we've finished that. And then one look into his mate going, does that look straight to you?
Yeah, there's like
And
this
he's
is,
probably gone, nobody will notice.
mate, there's like 2 rivers right next
Yeah,
to the
I know,
fucking
yeah,
thing.
I
Just
know.
run a little channel through it, and so you can run into the river or something.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, but also we have a major problem. If you, so my favourite thing in Oldham, you live in Oldham, is the Facebook community groups all across Oldham, and it is a problem. There are places that get flooded or streets flooded because we have so many blocked drains. You know, the street drains.
Yeah.
I mean, loads. I mean, there are some people doing it themselves now, taking it upon themselves to unblock them. And that causes such a fucking problem. And you think, just unblock the fucking drains. You won't have this.
But where else are we going to put our vapes, Mick? if not the drains.
This was interesting. You talked about you went to the theatre to see. Are you got any more? Because we talked recently on this podcast about being cultured, and I don't think I'm cultured enough. And but I did like Book of Mormon. But Oldham is now the town of culture for Greater Manchester, and it's caused some problems because some people can't differentiate culture, as in the arts, with culture, as where people are from.
I'm not going to like this section, am I?
It's not. It's just incredible. Some of the comments you got, and I've been reading some of the Oldham groups, some of the comments, and you're thinking, "Fuck's sake, that's not what it means." We're not celebrating because people are from different countries. We're celebrating culture in terms of the arts.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
performance is what we're...
performance arts. Yeah,
Music, something
which
like
can
that.
incorporate all sorts. So every form of entertainment, every form of art. But it's mind-boggling that maybe we've just been talking about shortcuts, maybe making life simple and lazy for people. We probably need to call it something else.
It's music, theatre. Basically, if your child's disappointed you, they're probably into this. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. Maybe that's what we should just call it. Go, it's for arts, music, singing, dancing, drama, photography, painting, and just do the list.
Everything you accused your mate of being gay for 30 years ago. That's it.
I don't know. So I like the fact that some old-fashioned words have been creeping. I heard a young lad call his mate a pleb the other day, and I've not heard that for ages from that age. I go, oh, that's nice. That makes a comeback.
So I've heard Muppet recently.
Muppet's a good one.
Muppet's coming back.
Yeah,
I think
Muppet's
that's
a good
coming
one.
back as well. It's like, you fucking Muppet.
I love the Scottish one, numpty, when they call it. It's just perfect. You're a fucking numpty, pal. Yeah.
But it just sounds better in their accent.
Yeah,
you
it
know what I
does.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it does sound better. But I do like calling people numpties. Bellend. That's never really went away. Bellend's still a good one. Norbed. Norbed's a good one.
Norbed's a very strong mank face.
Dickhead. What else is there? Oh, this is one as well. I don't know why it's coming back. I've heard some young'uns. It was actually in a pub, and she was telling a story to a mate about a mutual friend of theirs. She caught a skriking in the toilets. You know what skriking is?
No?
It's crying your eyes out. Skriking,
I
yeah.
don't know.
That's an old one.
Okay.
Yeah, skriking, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why was she crying her eyes out?
I fucking don't know.
Probably didn't get tickets to like Taylor Swift or something.
Well, hey, Taylor says it's good for the economy.
Is she?
Yeah, have you not heard Taylor? Oh, wow. Everywhere she's done a tour, she's increased the economy by a couple of billion dollars. Seriously. Unbelievable the money her tour generates and the work it creates.
As in, like, outside of her money?
Yeah. Basically,
She's created 2 billion here.
Yeah. Can we get the internet? Aiden's done his head because he's a
Similar thing with Oasis as well.
similar thing with Oasis, but not
Taylor-
worldwide.
Taylor Swift is massive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just type in Taylor Swift economic effects. I suppose that's the best way of saying, isn't it? Yeah.
I just love the way he's spelt Taylor.
He's Aiden's slightly autistic. Go on, take the piss out of him. Are we allowed to do that?
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
gay.
think that's why some of the old words have come back in because they've replaced words for.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Aiden can't even smell his own name. There we go. Yeah. So
Massive GDP.
so it's GDP, North America alone, 2.2 billion, nearly 1.5 billion in the UK.
Wow.
Yes, localized tourism, hospitality, everything. Yeah, and she's and she gives all the staff on the tour. She gives them massive bonuses at the end of it as well. So I mean, I'm not into her music, but when I've heard what she's like, she just seems like a very decent person. Just what I'm aware of her music is, I wouldn't like to be an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Because he just slags you off in the next
Yeah, and on top
album.
of that, he's almost like she needs one to get the next album in.
Yeah, in Asia, for Singapore, drove between 260 and 375 million in revenue. It's incredible that effect, that impact that can have. And that's good.
I think that's amazing.
It's absolutely brilliant.
She does have quite a large carbon footprint now.
She has a large carbon footprint.
Yes.
Oh,
One of the biggest.
okay, is it?
Yeah, but I'm over that. I'm over it now.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm all right with global warming.
Yeah, I could imagine your shitty little hotel that's never been full, all of a sudden is full for 3 days on the trot because Taylor Swift's in town.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes in and goes, yeah, but
Look at all that aircon you're running now, you know what I mean?
She uses a lot of plastic bottles. Oh, does she?
Yeah, but do you know what? I'm over this whole like global warming shit. And not for the reason that you think.
Okay.
Because like, you know, when that heat wave happened like a week ago.
Yeah.
And it was all thingy. And then I started researching it. And it was like, the sea levels are going to rise. And like, they gave a map of like Britain, what Britain's going to look like after, like, if the sea levels rise, how it's meant to rise. And then I was like, yeah, I'm all right with global warming because what basically happens is the south gets flooded and we get better weather. So you know.
Well, it's an odd one. I mean, it's a British obsession complaining about the weather as well. But some people don't realise how far north we are as an island in the North Atlantic. We're fucking. I mean, I think London's level with Moscow.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're geographically level with Moscow. I think.
Lord.
Yeah, I think New York's further south than London. That's when the maps.
Yeah.
So it's remarkable the weather we get is quite clement considered.
Exactly.
Islands in the North Atlantic.
Now, if Moscow's our reference point, then we're fucking smashing it. You know?
Yeah, we're doing well. Yeah, and it's probably because we are an island, but they've promised us more heat waves. Well, I don't think they've promised. They can't say that. But they've hinted at more heat waves this summer. Yeah, it'd be nice if they could promise.
The global Illuminati have promised us more heat waves.
Yeah, exactly. El Nino's fucked, isn't it, this year or something? I don't understand.
They had to blame it on a Spanish person.
There's a true story, isn't there? When years ago, when it first was reported about El Nino being a problem, there was a guy in California to have his telephone number changed because he was the first El Nino in the phone book. This is true, and he was getting thousands of calls of abuse. It was his fault for the weather system. But I think if anything sums up Americans being stupid, that is it.
Yep.
They're fucking idiots.
There's a weather system called El Nino.
Yeah. They've looked him up in the phone book.
But you know what's funny though? Because like I would go, maybe like I don't know, in what we'd consider to be a fucked up state, like say Mississippi or something.
Yeah.
And you'd expect something like crazy like that to happen, but like the cosmopolitan state of California, there's still people just going.
Oh no, yeah.
It's one bloke's fault that the weather's
exactly,
if we sacrifice him tomorrow, everything will be fine.
Yeah, but you imagine, so basically, imagine the news in America. Breaking news, El Nino is a cause for global warming. Is he now?
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
Chuck him in a volcano right now.
Paying that guy a visit.
Yeah.
And that's...
Goddamn Mexicans.
That's... he might be part of a weather cartel.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're sneaking over the border.
I won't fuck with him. Good one to bring on to as well now because it started because we're recording this, but the World Cup starts in 2 days on Thursday. They've already refused entry to Somalian referee who was meant to be refereeing the opening game. Uzbekistan players they weren't quite strip searched, but they were more or less looking searched for who was getting off the. It's happening.
Have you seen that?
No Iranian fans are allowed to go there. And if Iranian fans are there in America already, they're not allowed to display a certain kind of flag. It's just fucking...
Oh, the home of free speech. We can't display a certain flag.
Exactly,
is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly.
What was like mental? So I saw that, that Somali referee. I was like, that's actually mental. But then also I think like the captain of the Iraqi national team was like, in 9 hours of custody, got strip searched and stuff like that. And I'm like, I was like, this is the wildest shit I have
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
seen.
it's insane.
And what's even more insane is the fact that a lot of these countries, like, it's the first time that they've been to a World Cup in fucking God knows how long, and like, what the fuck are you doing here?
It's meant to be. Initially, I mean, the initial concepts of it in the 30s when it started, but it's meant to be welcoming. It's a celebration of the world of football, and it's meant to be a welcoming event, and this is why they extended the World Cup for this American 48, so they could get more countries involved and more countries could experience what the World Cup is. But there'll be countries going the first time here at a World Cup and we're thinking, fuck that. Yeah. Don't want to do it. Why did we bother?
It's like fucking, like, it's basically what the Olympics should be. Yeah. In that people are actually interested in this one. You know what I mean? But it's mad that you'd think, like, the last two hosts, you'd think, right? Out of the last two hosts, you'd think America would be more chill. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, like Russia, it was on a decent enough World Cup. I would have turned around. Qatar was good as well, but like, you know, I thought it'd be shit. But then I was like, oh, do you know what? This was actually a decent World Cup. Particularly, like, you know, when Morocco made it to the semi-finals and stuff like that. It was quite fun. But then, like, this one, you're like, all this preamble, all this fucking mad shit that you can't take water bottles. To the flipping stadiums, and you're like, bro, like, it's going to be 36 degrees or something.
In New York, to get use the train system to get to the ground, where the stadium where they play, $150 for a ticket.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, where normally so the same trip costs you $12.90.
But this is what's really interesting about, because a lot of their stadiums are like built in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
So there was this thing where I can't remember the stadium, but the mayor came out and said, yeah, it might say that it is 6 miles away from the city, but please don't walk there because it's just marshland and you will die.
Yeah, or it's just like major like freeways or whatever.
But
it's insane. And also as well, I mean, I've never been to the States. Have you been to the States?
No.
Yeah, I've been told it's Europeans sometimes can't get their head around because you go to an event or a sporting event and there'll be no bars or there might be in the stadium, but not on the way there or whatever. And the idea of walking over there, the thing is fucking, it's alien concept to them. So apparently the only city that might have the right balance is Seattle because it's quite European apparently in feel. So there are plenty of bars, there's plenty of cafes, and the stadium's only walking distance within the city centre. So that might be the only stadium that fucking works. But the rest of them, they've got to have drinks breaks because fucking players could die of fucking heat stroke. It's insane.
It's the only thing. The only out of the two, like, I don't know about Canada because I love how the Canadians, like, no one gives a shit about them. Do you know what I mean? It's like no one's talked about Canada. I think the Mexican bit will be fine. Because I feel like the fans will just carry it over, you know what I mean?
Well, Mexico's good. I mean, this is the third time Mexico have had a World Cup as well, which is I find.
How have they had America's had a World Cup as well before, no?
Yeah. They had 94. 94. We've only had 66. We've not had one since, which I find fucking astonishing. Mexico got it in 86 because it was meant to go somewhere else, and I can't remember where it was meant to go. Mexico got it in 70, 86, and they've got it now. And the Mexicans love it. The Mexicans, they fucking love the football. Their stadiums will be fucking full. And to be honest, for fan experience, you'd probably be better in Mexico, but probably in Canada.
But the Mexican wave in Mexico.
Oh, I can't stand that fucking Mexican wave. It's that North American fucking bollocks.
Yeah, but it's still crazy to me that the football, the actual officials and the players. Are being treated in such a fucking shit way.
Which makes you realise. So what this is doing is highlighting how normal people are being treated on the way in. So
that's why I don't go.
If they're doing, I mean, the fact that you've got to give them the access to your phone so they can look through to see if you said anything naughty about America. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I literally talk shit about Donald Trump on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Mainly because he's such a funny guy.
He doesn't know he's funny though. That's the worst, isn't it? It's the worst guy. Yeah.
He's a fragile, funny guy.
He's a fragile, funny guy. He's that little clip where you think he's lost it in Goodfellas, and he goes, "I'm funny. Funny how?" Yeah, he's that little bit. He's a fucking lunatic. Anyway, never mind. We're not. It's all about Trump. I think the World Cup's going to be a disaster, but I will watch it.
I mean, I have to. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's almost like I have to make up for how shit it is over there for the fans that I have to enjoy it at home. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone else is going to look miserable. Because have you seen the ticket sales as well?
It's meant,
There's like they're going to end up like having to shlang them for like 10 quid or something to basically get people in because it's like one of them is like 8 grand or something.
Yeah. It's fucking.
And like I love the fact that they've not taken, especially the Americans, like they've not taken this as an opportunity to go, we should like try to sell football in our country and go, oh, the USA games were like, I don't know, price a little cheaper so that more people can come out to watch USA play at home.
Yeah.
And they go, no, it's 20 grand to see them. And he's like, but no one likes some people do, but like no one likes football that much that they're going to pay 20 grand to come watch
it's been a joke. Infantino, the bald fucking weirdo fucking guy who's in charge of FIFA, invented a FIFA Peace Prize to give to Trump. The fuck is he doing? I mean, the whole thing has been a fucking farce.
Mickey, you're so diplomatic.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing has been such a fucking farce. Here's the latest odds. Anyway, we went for a spell having people predicting winners, but I couldn't be arsed with it because it's going to be shit.
All right, you're gonna need to do something because I don't gamble, right?
Right.
So can you explain odds to me?
All right. So like France are 5-1.
Yep.
So if you put £1 on, you'd win 5. If they won, you'd win £5 back plus your pounds. Yeah. So that's how it works. So 92 is like 4.5 to 1. Yeah. I have backed Portugal, but I got them at 14 to 1 a few weeks ago. They're now in at 8 to 1.
How are Argentina so low?
Argentina's quite a big price for Argentina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Spain outright favourites. England, and that's down more to patriotism because England fans. So the way it's the money they've taken. So that's just fans betting on England. Yeah. In reality, I'd say they're probably third, fourth. I think they might make the semis, but I don't think they'll win it. But yeah, so pick a team. Who do you think's going to win it?
I reckon it's probably going to be Argentina.
Again?
I've got a feeling.
Yeah. Why not? There you go. We'll stick you down as Argentina. That's it. Done a sweep. You did a sweeps in the office here, haven't you?
Yeah, we've done a sweepstake. I didn't do too bad. I got Portugal and then Saudi Arabia. So
Well, yeah.
Saudi Arabia pull it out of the bag for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course, best of both. Well, no.
Imagine.
Saudi won't be. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Just above.
500 to 1.
Yeah, 500 to 1.
But if anybody can pull it off, Saudi Arabia.
Hang on, Qatar are in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like the actual national team of Qatar.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So
Bosnia made
So
it.
this is what he's saying about there's a bit of a sports wash going on. This is the reason why Qatar had that problem, and the same with Saudi Arabia. But is this true? So, somebody was telling me that Saudi Arabia might be running out of money as a nation.
They're not running out of money. They've just decided they need to scale back a lot of that mad shit that they were trying to do like 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, of course.
That mile-long thing. We're going to build a mile-wide city for 100 miles in fucking the desert for some stupid ass reason. So yeah, he's kind of like, he's basically had to scale back all of that because they've just pissed all their money up the fucking thingy. Wazoo trying to do that shit.
It's a great idea, but it's like that episode of The Simpsons, isn't it, with the monorails?
Yeah, exactly.
So somebody's obviously gone on in there and gone, my shit, what you need, 100-mile long city, a mile wide.
But then also is the fact that oil, like the usage of oil, has like declined so much over the last like 5 or 6 years since COVID. That it's not really recovered, and it's the same thing with like the Saudis like with the Strait of.
Hormuz.
Yeah, that one, Hormuz.
The one that Trump said he's got opened. Yeah. I mean, it was never closed.
I mean, but he seems to open it every other day, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, it's like, is it actually open? This is crazy. Yeah. But basically, because of the fact that everyone's moved away from like oil and kind of like moved towards more renewables. Yeah. So like even China,
they burn rubbish. They buy rubbish from the rest of the world.
Yeah, and then they just burn it. But then also that they've spent so much money on like making their grid green. Yeah, that they don't necessarily rely on oil anymore. So it's kind of similar. Like I don't know if you were alive during the OPEC thing, Bob. OPEC crisis. So the Arabs just said we're not exporting oil to Western Europe anymore or America because of like the Israel war, that Yom Kippur, some war was going on. Yeah, and like. basically the entire fucking economy just like almost collapsed because
Was that the Israel Egypt?
I think so. Yeah, I
Right,
think it was in like
okay.
the 70s or something like that.
Something like that.
And
yeah,
then they just like the entire economy just everyone's like economy's almost like entirely collapsed because so much was relying on oil.
Well, this China. I mean, China. What is it? They produce something like nearly 60% of the world's produce. Now, if they're doing that greener than anything else, then you have got a problem. Then when it comes to fossil fuels.
But that's so that's the difference where a lot of the times, like, you know, people say, oh, their labor price, that the price of labor is cheaper in China, but then also the price of energy is so much cheaper in China because they've built it on renewables rather than like the reason our energy is so expensive is we do it against gas. So whatever the global gas price is, that's our energy price, even though we're generating a lot of our shit from renewables. But we decided that gas is the way.
You ever been to China?
No.
I've been to Shanghai. It's incredible. It's insane. The city's insane because it doesn't stop for 24 hours. It's absolute. And what is mental about it? They up until about 40 years ago, they only had something like 500 cars in the entire country of China, which were officials' cars.
Yeah.
Every fucker's got a car. Everybody. It's just 24-hour gridlock, 24-hour non-stop. It's because it's constantly working.
You know where I want to go in China? It's the city of Chongqing.
Chongqing.
Right?
Get Chongqing up.
The reason I want
why have you made me feel like I'm being racist?
Right. Go on the images. Right. The reason I want to go there is I will trip balls when I go there, right? Because
oh wow, cyberpunk city of China.
So it has no ground floor. So you see those skyscrapers are next to a hill.
Yeah.
Right. Just scroll up a little bit, Hayden. So on the right hand side.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're at the tip of a thingy, but then these guys are just living on a hill, and that's the tip of a skyscraper. So like, I watched it on YouTube, and this guy like he's gone up 17 floors. He's come out, but he's on the ground floor of another building, and I'm like, yo, what the what?
Wow,
how?
Man. All right. Whereabouts in China is Chongqing?
Let's go on a map.
South. No, central. That's pretty
Central, yeah, it looks pretty central.
That's pretty central.
30 million residents, apparently.
Jesus.
So it's a small city in China.
What is rare, because the amount of people that live in China is they've highlighted the story made news coverage of them people dying in that explosion recently. 30 odd people died. But when I was there in Shanghai, I read like a sanctioned newspaper. Obviously, it's in English. It's obviously got to go through a lot of government officials before they can put it out. And it was like on page 18, a story about 23 miners had died in a disaster. And you think, oh shit, yeah, because maybe, I don't know, I'm not saying life isn't precious over there, but sometimes because of the scale of the country.
Yeah, it's like, but the government's probably also like, maybe put this in the back pages and not lead this in the front page and stuff like that as well. But then also, you know, I feel like a lot of phrases need to be, we need to change them up because, you know, 1 in a million means fuck all in China. You know what I mean? You're 1 in a million. What's there's 1,000 of me?
Yeah,
somewhere.
1 in a billion. Yeah, but that's the. I mean, they had. It's really interesting that part of the world though as well, because if the late night shit I'm watching on the History Channel is right, I mean I know they had the one child rule and all that kind of thing, which they've now got rid of. They scrapped it. Because apparently that part of the world, Asia, that Eastern Asia, that area is fertility rates have fucking gone through the floor.
Yeah,
dropped massively. Fucking huge.
So South Korea has an even worse problem.
Really?
Yeah. So people tend to think of Japan as like the demographic problem, but like South Korea, like their fertility rates are fucked, man.
Really?
Like, they're on the they're not they're like I think it's like 0.2%. So like for every 2 people, there's 0.2 babies being born.
Wow.
So it's way below replacement. And like in Japan, there's that old thing of they sell more adult diapers than children's diapers.
Fuck.
Because
they're into kinky shit though, aren't they?
Why is there a tentacle monster in my room? Like, what's going on? That is mental. But I think what's interesting as well with China, even though they've dropped their one child policy, they're still not having kids. Like it's still pretty much like people are still only having one child because again, it's one of them where it's cost of living pressure for everyone.
Cost of living, of course, yeah. And they still, I think they're still in parts of China as well. They've had the dowry system as well sometimes. And that. So there's all that going on.
But do you know what's really interesting about that as well is because there's a massive gender imbalance in China.
Yeah.
Because of the one child policy. Because people wanted to have sons.
Yeah.
So now women have the pick of the lot.
Yeah.
So now women are prized, so they're just like, no, you know, so it skewed somewhere crazy. Like it was 60% men and 40% women.
Wow.
So it meant that women, when they were going to get married, they could like demand loads of shit to get married. And there was men going, I can't get married because, you know, I can't afford to get married because people are asking so much for their daughter and stuff.
Jesus Christ. And then
It's mad that, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, then it was mad that as well, wasn't it? Because they had the problem as well with the one-child policy. If they had a daughter, they'd abandon them. They'd be abandoned.
Or that, you know, like you'd get an abortion, which is mad to me. Like, you know, but nonetheless, is in their minds, it was like the boy will continue the thing.
Yeah,
whereas
of course,
Whereas like, a woman would leave the house and like she'll become somebody else's thing and all that. What's really mad is when I was at uni, I did a little paper on like gender equality and economic growth, right? 'Cause I did economics, and I was doing a thing on India. So it was on the subcontinent particularly, and in India there was loads of children who had gender reassignment, right? So children who had been born, but their parents made them like pretty much like started to do gender reassignment on them when they were like little kids.
Yeah.
And from female to male, right? And like, you know, the guy who was doing the study and stuff was like, well, what if he finds out? And she just went, he never will. And it's the maddest thing in my brain. Like I still can't wrap my head around like
shit in hell. I didn't know that.
Because there was a lot of things. Because like obviously you look at abortions and like backstreet abortions of like as soon as people were having a daughter, their first thought was, oh, it's a problem. Like we're gonna have to get rid of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But when they tightened up the rules, what they basically started doing is like having kids, but then doing gender reassignment as soon as the kid was born.
Fucking hell, that's heavy.
Which is mad.
Shit.
Not to bring the tone down of this podcast, but
I've been to India. I went to Mumbai or Bombay, as they call it. I didn't. Fascinating place, but I didn't enjoy it.
I think it's. Do you know what it is, right? I think places like China or Japan and stuff like that, they can make order out of chaos.
Yes.
Whereas my people. So I will go with Pakistan. Like we don't do order, we just do chaos. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just a sprawling, like nature will define this city, not a actual central governing force.
Well, do you know what's really interesting? So when I was in Shanghai, the guy who was running the hotel, he was called Robin. He was from Delhi, and he'd been working. He was the head of a few hotels over there. And he took us for a meal one night, and he was talking, and he said. He believed India's problems would be solved with 10 years of communism. He said if India had rule like China just for 10 years, he said they probably would sort out most of the problems in India. Yeah.
Probably, but I mean, that is probably true. But it's one of them. Is like, you know, what's the trade-off?
Yeah.
Like, you know, do you want like because you know India is a functioning democracy, like whether you like it or not. But it's one of them where. I think there's also an element of India is so diverse, much more diverse than China.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And like China, in order to like achieve its goals of like cultural homogeneity, to basically stop people from wanting autonomy and shit, they've done some mental shit, like you know what they've done with Tibet, and then what they're doing on like with the Uyghurs on the other side, where they're just like, oh no, you're Chinese now. It's like, we're not Chinese. No, you're Chinese. Like that's it. Like you're gonna speak our language, you're gonna think the way we think, and that's that. Whereas, like, I don't think that would work in a place like India or Pakistan. I'll be honest with you. I don't think the people will let it happen either.
I think that's what China probably
like,
struggled as well with taking back control of Hong Kong. Is the people of Hong Kong for a long time have had freedoms the rest of China didn't have,
and they've kind of like developed their own identity as Hong Kongers rather than Chinese.
Exactly.
People.
Yeah. They don't see themselves as It's mad. I've been to Macau. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Macau, which is probably the gambling capital of the world now. It's insane. The buildings. I mean, these are super casinos. And we got shown one once. It was they were called Stanley's, the betting company that had at the casino. And the guy showed us a building. And he said it cost $800 million to build that building, and they got the money back within 6 months.
And that, Donald Trump, is how you run a casino, you fucking idiot.
Exactly. If you can't make money running a casino, you're not. Donald Trump couldn't do, could he?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually fucking like you're.
Yeah.
But it's also what they say about like Taiwan and stuff, where people will say like the Chinese idea of we're going to reunite China by like basically getting Taiwan back into China, but in Taiwan, the split now has become the older generation consider themselves to be Chinese, whereas like the younger generation consider themselves to be Taiwanese.
Yeah.
So like, no, we have our own shit. Like we are Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of the older generation who kind of like came from China, they think of themselves as Chinese. And
isn't that similar in Malaysia as well? Isn't it? Don't they have? Isn't there a large part of the population of Malaysia that see themselves as being Chinese rather than Malaysian?
Yeah, I mean, but I think but Malaysia is really interesting because Malaysia has like 3 major ethnic groups, which is like the ethnic Malay.
Yeah.
Then you've got Chinese people, and then you've got Indo-Malay people, which is like people from the subcontinent.
Right.
Most of them consider themselves to be Malaysian, and then something else. It's like in Singapore, there's quite a lot of people who are of Chinese descent, but they consider themselves to be Singaporean. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
So it's.
I've never been to that part of the world, but I was just scrolling through, watching clips the other night. Sometimes you're on your phone, and a guy who was asking people who've been travelling were the friendliest place he'd ever been to, and the majority of people were saying Indonesia. We're just saying Indonesia, one of the most friendliest places I've ever been to.
I've never been to Indonesia. One of my mates went to Jakarta.
It's got about 1,000 islands, hasn't it, or something like that?
So one of my mates went. It's got like 260 million people or something.
Yeah.
And one of my mates went to Jakarta, and he was like, it's the maddest fucking place ever. Because he the way he described it is just like he just went. I couldn't get a handle on like my own brain. It's not like this is a sensitive guy. Like just went. It's fucking mental. He was. I was stuck in traffic for 5 hours. Like just trying to get out of the airport and stuff. It was just mental. Like, and I was like, well, you should be used to it. But the maddest thing is like so for me the only place that I get welcomed is Turkey, right? And Uzbekistan, oddly, like, which is crazy. Like, because I went to Uzbekistan a few years back, and it was one of the most surreal experiences ever because it's a full-blown dictatorship.
Yeah.
So when I showed up. They gave me a little like note thing on my bob, and I had to get a stamp at every single hotel I stayed at.
Right.
And then I basically submitted it at the end, and they asked me questions about like what I'd been doing, and like, oh, you were here, there, and then what were you doing there, and then who did you meet, and what did you do there?
I just take photographs of trees.
Yeah. We've got some fucking brilliant trees in this place, right? And I mean, I'd recommend it to everybody because I really enjoyed it. The food was fucking sick. The people were great. But the first guy who I met at the first hotel, because I was going to like 3 different cities, I just went, mate, like, what do I have to look out for? Is there anything that like, any scams or anybody who's like, if somebody's like, oh, come down this alleyway, I'm like, don't fucking go with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just went, brother, don't worry. Anything happen to you tomorrow, the government pick him up, we never see him again. And I was like, yo, you know what?
All right,
dictatorships aren't that bad. You know what I mean?
Well, they're gas rich, aren't they? Are they gas rich?
Yes, so they've got a lot of like mineral wealth and stuff. Because
Yeah.
like I went to Kazakhstan and then I went to Uzbekistan, and Uzbekistan was really funny because they also had like hyperinflation a few years back.
Right.
So I went into that because you can't buy their currency outside of their country.
Oh, wow.
So I had to like exchange my money when I got there, and then I gave her 5 £20 notes. So I
Yeah.
gave her 100 quid. I know, balling. She gave me back 1.7 million Uzbek sov.
Oh, yes.
I got
fucking stack,
I swear
that.
to God, I gave her 5 notes. She gave me a stack of notes this high, and I was like, "Lady, where am I supposed?" I'm showing. So obviously that not a lot of people speak English out there, right? So I'm showing her my wallet. I'm like, "Look, I've got a regular wallet. Like, where am I meant to put this?" And she just went in the back and got me a plastic bag and just went, "Yeah, just carry somebody's life savings around the road."
And how long were you there for?
I was there for 2 weeks.
And how far did that 1.4 million?
Lasted me the entire time.
Fucking hell.
It was genuinely amazing. Like,
I'm going to have to go now.
because everything was cheap. Everybody was unbelievably nice.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a lot of tourists, you end up bumping into the same people all the way through because
Right.
it's quite an established like thing of like you land in the capital and then you make your way to the 2 like ancient cities and then you make your way back. So you just keep like bumping into the same
Right,
people.
okay, yeah.
Because like you instantly recognize them because they're the only other motherfucker in the country that isn't local. And everyone was like unbelievably fascinated because they were like,
Why?
What are you, exactly, like, what are you doing here? The food was amazing. They're like really into barbecue, and it was like so they do it on skewers, right?
Yeah.
So they price it on skewers and stuff. So they're like, oh, this chicken skewer is this much, blah blah blah. And I swear to God, every day I had like I'd say a 5-star like grilled experience.
Wow.
For like a $5. Right?
Wow.
I was just like, this is amazing. But and also what I loved is like nothing was, no Starbucks, no McDonald's, nothing felt touristy, if that makes sense. It was just people, just like local people just running their own shit and like doing their own stuff. And I ate horse there as well, which they didn't tell me about, but you know.
Yeah, I think they still do it in France. I think it's still a starter in France.
Yeah, so like their thing was like, oh, we're like Turkic people who used to like migrate through the steppes and stuff. So in our culture, we don't waste.
Yeah, you don't waste.
If a horse dies, you don't just waste it.
Yeah.
But I was like, you should have told me first that I'm eating horse, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you could.
I could have done with that.
Yeah, you should.
Apart from that, I'm not against eating horse. Just tell me that I'm eating horse, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Sorry.
So you've heard it here on Tap Room Tramps for your stag do, Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan, mate. You know what I mean?
Is it a drink? Is it a dry country?
No. They drink.
right.
They drink like motherfuckers.
Oh,
there,
really?
mate.
Right.
But again, this is what I mean.
I bet your flights were expensive though, weren't they?
I mean,
Because usually them parts of the world, because I've been to Azerbaijan and they only do like one flight a day from
London or something.
Yeah, Gatwick,
yeah.
and it's midnight, and they're trying to get tourists to Azerbaijan. Baku is fucking lovely, but they don't give a shit. They won't put the prices down on the flights or anything.
Yeah. I think so. I flew there like for 500 quid or something like that. But like my connecting flight was from Kazakhstan,
Right.
so I flew from London to Kazakhstan.
You don't do any time in Kazakhstan.
I did like literally a day, but it weirded me out a lot because people don't realize how big the fucking earth is, right?
Kazakhstan's huge, isn't it?
Kazakhstan is the size of Western Europe, but has the
yeah.
population of like the north of England, right? So it's got like
Christ.
20 million people that
it's
live there.
empty.
So I was like, so this guy, you know, when you're looking at the flight thing and it's like, we are 10 minutes away from the airport, and like most of the times when you're like about 10 minutes away, you look out and you're like, oh, a settlement, a village, a farm, people, a road.
Yeah.
I saw fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Until like just little city pops up, and it's really like it really fucks with your brain when you think and all you look at is like beigeness. I don't know if it's a desert that it's in or whatever. It's a steppe, and like, it's just lifeless. It's just rock, and I saw nothing. And even until we landed, that's when I saw something. Is when we landed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right, we're on tarmac now. And then when you leave, like the capital city, it's just full of like wacky fucking architecture because obviously it's run by a it was at the time like a mad dictator, and he just decided that he's gonna get his niece to fucking design the capital city or something. But I was only there for a day, but I'd love to go back because there's some stuff like in Kazakhstan that's like mad. Like, see that.
10 reasons why Kazakhstan should be. What does that say?
It's that World Cup Peace Prize right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that looks. Yeah. It's got like early Dubai feels about it there.
Yeah, but it's also like the thing I keep that just unbelievably fascinates me is it's the size of Western Europe, and it's only got 20 million people that live there.
Yeah.
It's very like mineral rich and stuff.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like I don't know. I'd love to just go into the middle of nowhere because that's where they used to launch the Russian space stuff.
Oh, was it? Well, from Kazakhstan,
the cosmonauts would launch from Kazakhstan because they were just like, it's huge. There's no one lives there. Let's just do it.
I bet they tested a lot of the nuclear weapons there as well. I bet, of course. So
if you want to see a natural disaster caused by human beings, just see the former Soviet Union. Because
brilliant.
I mean, that's in that ring of fire that's in like Turkmenistan that's been burning since from 1976 because some genius was like set fire to a fucking gas reserve.
Yeah, exactly. They reckon it'll go on for thousands of years. Yeah. It's fucking mental. Yeah.
It's like Chernobyl, fucking Ring of Fire. It's like, they were Satanists, is what they were. They just wanted to.
Don't they call it the doorway to hell now? That's what it is. Yeah. Fucking. All right. Well, so I never thought until today that Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan have been on my travel list.
But Uzbekistan, the reason I was going to say Uzbekistan as well is because they don't have a pub culture.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a very interesting. So it might be interesting for you to experience a drinking culture not associated with, like, say, a pub or a bar.
Yeah.
Because again, it's one of those places that, because there's not a lot of tourism and not a lot of influence from outside of the country, they've kept their own shit. Right.
Yeah.
So what they do is, like, because I just observed this, like they'll drink out of like plastic bottles. Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like an Eastern European thing as well. Like I see Eastern European people like drink beer out of like plastic bottles a lot of the times as well. But what they'll do is like, they'll all just gather, and it's really weird. Like they'll sit in chairs like this, but like across each other like that, and they'll all just start getting hammered and like eating meat and shit. And I'm like, this is mad. Like,
Wow.
this is actually mad.
Wow. Oh yeah, there's the go.
Yeah, there we go. There's the doorway to hell. Yeah.
Fucking stare at that. Who knows what damage that is doing? You don't know.
Listen, I got a bag for life, though. You know what I mean? So
That's incredible. We're stupid, aren't we, humans? Yeah, just go and stand at the edge of it. Look at it.
The ones I find always like fucking mental is those people who goes like,
Turkmenistan, yeah, that's right.
Turkmenistan is like almost impossible to get into, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because that guy who runs it has decided to create his own religion.
Fair enough.
But it's like when you see the capital, it's mental because he's spent the entire country's like mineral wealth and like just creating monuments. So if you go, I think it's called Gurgan, I can't remember the bloody something Bashi or something like that, but just type in Turkmenistan.
Yeah, I'll type
and
in
you'll find like
Turkmenistan's capital.
The monuments are mental, mate. Like they're actually
Really?
mental. Like picture late stage Roman emperor.
If I was gonna, oh right, yeah, it's so, oh fucking.
See
hell.
that? It's just and no one lives there.
Wow.
Right?
What even is that meant to be?
I have no idea.
Who cares? Look at it.
It looks like.
I'll be honest. If I was running a country, I'd start my own religion. Fucking why not? Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking unreal. Yeah, built me.
It's like the biggest marble sculpture of a horse or something like that is in Turkmenistan.
Oh, I've seen that on I've seen that on something else. Like,
He's in Turkmenistan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's crazy, and you know all of these buildings, they're all empty.
You're right, cool.
Like no one's in. It's not even like, oh, this is an administrative building and people working. He's just built them and just left them empty.
Oh, yeah. Is that with that horse there? Oh no,
there we go.
All these horses there, yeah.
Because he loves horses. Like he just loves horses.
Wow.
A lot of that area is dominated by horses.
Yeah, because it's quite a big part of their,
Right.
you know, their culture of.
I bet they
how
don't
they
eat them. Do they eat them? Do they eat them as well?
They
All
all
right,
eat-
fucking hell,
no,
right.
but
okay.
but their thing is that we eat it out of respect.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think you should eat anything out of respect.
Yeah.
I have respect for it. I have respect for carrots. It's a tough life.
They're very grounded.
right.
You know what I mean?
Fucking hell. It's past the world. Yeah, that is incredible that that's gone on unseen basically by the Western world. And where's their wealth from? Is it same?
Yeah,
Is it
mineral
minerals
wealth. They've got
and-
gas. They've got a lot of gas.
Right.
But so basically, all of the Central Asian countries that were part of the Soviet Union have all just become like, apart from Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, like they've kind of liberalized a
Yeah.
little bit. But that's mainly because the people who used to run them
Yeah.
after the Soviet Union fell have gone. But they're pretty much just run like.
I love the idea that they say, "Sir, we've made $1 trillion profit this year. What do you want to do with it?" Go, build a couple of schools, and I want a 200-foot high horse, please. There you go. Okay, why not? It's fucking incredible. You can get away with that shit, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you had to go to like a council meeting for it as well?
don't-
put in a planning application.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I think once he signed it, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing's happening. Is
Do you
it,
reckon? Do you reckon their roads are liable to flooding? You know what I mean? I fucking.
Well,
highly
nobody's
doubt
on them, are they?
Yeah, but that's the thing. No one lives there.
You could
It's
use
mad.
that-
It's
you
mad.
could- You could use that for a Grand Prix. Be fucking
Right,
perfect.
stop giving them ideas because they will fucking end up in Turkmenistan.
Yeah,
right?
why not?
It's like F1 from Gurgan Bashi or something like that, whatever it is.
That's fucking brilliant. Yeah, I like it. It's madness. What the Victorians used to call follies. It's just a folly, and it's incredible.
I just love places that in my personal opinion, have like not necessarily fallen under, because everything is quite samey now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, some of these, so Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, they were under Russian rule for a long time.
So the Soviet
weren't
Union.
they?
Yeah.
So like Azerbaijan, when I went, so they're trying to get rid of the old Russian buildings. What they're doing is they're putting fascias on outside the buildings to change how they looked. Because the Russians sort of like knocked down a lot of old buildings and put the concrete, quite austere structures. So I imagine it's a brilliant. It's probably a bit of relief. They're going, fuck, they've gone now. We don't have to have grey buildings. How much gold have you got? Put it on the roof.
Put it on the roof. They never let us celebrate horses. Fucking build a statue to a horse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's probably a bit of that as well. And Ashgabat, what a fucking great name that is. Ashgabat. Fucking brilliant. All right, so there we go. That's another place for a stag do.
But that's what I mean in terms of like, they probably don't have a Starbucks yet. You know what I mean? So it's nice to just go see a place that's not necessarily had to fucking samify itself.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But you know what? It's probably them places as well because they won't have that and they probably won't give a fuck about copyright laws. So you might go into a place called Bookstars. And you go, here you go. This looks familiar.
There are no official licensed Starbucks stores operating in Turkmenistan.
No official. So that means there's underground. Underground Starbucks.
Starbucks is punk in Turkmenistan, is what you're saying.
Yeah. What are you doing tonight? Shh. There might be people listening. Went to the Starbucks.
You're laughing, but it is true. There's cafes mimicking the brand's authentic.
See, there you go. Right, yeah. So, yeah.
Bookstars. You called it, Star. You called it.
That's fucking brilliant. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. But I bet it's just tea. We love a cup of that part of the world. That's brilliant. All right, I think that's where we'll call it. Thank you very much, Faizan. Is there anything you'd like to plug? Mm-hmm. Oh, you'd be getting a bit of traction online. I've noticed with some reaction videos.
Oh
you're
yeah,
doing.
that's just pure fucking laziness from
right.
my part.
Yeah, but they've been getting big numbers.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's gotten me here. Do you know what I mean? So obviously,
I'll have anybody. I'm desperate for guests.
You just want culture and culture, you know?
Yeah, culture and culture. All right, thanks very much. Have you got anything you want to plug?
No.
No, nothing at all.
I'm just here, bro. I'm just here.
Right, okay. If you get a chance to see Faizan performing, go and he's very funny. And he'll show you some Tai Chi. I think we should start Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourself. It's late.